How's it going? I'm Corey Bohan, and this is a Vital BMX press list.
Righto, first question, mate. Let's hit this. It's from Minera Wrestler 189. So since now it seems you can beat some of the best at park, are you thinking about transferring into the park scene a little more now?
I don't know, I love to ride park, but I like competing in dirt, so I ride park every now and again. Beating some people doesn't mean anything, you know, it's whoever rides best on the day, so I might get amongst it a little bit more here and there, but other than that, I just like competing in dirt.
Look at the speed of that top. Wow! So fast around that peanut turn. Oh, style on Corey Bohan. That's what you'd expect from a 3-time gold medalist in dirt.
Righto, next question, mate. Emas. Hey Corey, long time no see. Are you going to miss Dilsey now that he is in Greenville? P.S. Sorry for spewing on your rug.
Emas, for who doesn't know, is a good friend of Brett Walker who lives here in Corona. As for Dilsey moving to Greenville, it didn't come as a complete shock because he's always wanted to be over there with those guys and that, and he's real good friends with Josh Harrington and the boys. So it sucked he had to leave, but we had a lot of good times out there, a lot of good memories, and he left me with a couple of good little gifts, like his RC airplane. Thanks for that, Dave. But I don't know, I wish him all the best. He's having fun out there and he rips.
Next question, Corey, is from fellow pro BMXer Rob Dudd. Yeah. Huge fan here. Just wondering if you could explain to me what the Red Bull Challenge is. When does this event take place? Is it invite only? Keep dominating. You the man.
Sup, Rob. Red Bull Challenge is like a old school experiment that was happening back in Australia, like in the early days. I know a lot of the stuff's never been seen before because just like release waivers were never signed and that kind of thing. I don't know, maybe in the future we can get a DVD out with the old footage and that, but I don't know. I miss those days, Rob. I'm sure you do too, man. Those were the days, buddy.
Next question's from Jonesy Chris. Hey Corey, even though I hear you don't use foam pits, what's the craziest trick you've ever done in one?
I don't know, I use foam pits for sure, but I try not to use them that much. And probably a trick that I brought from the foam pit was definitely a front flip. I didn't want to try that on dirt because you get a sore butt when you under rotate it. So that's probably the craziest thing I've ever brought out of foam pit. I know they're good for some things.
Righto, we've got Digger up next. Corey, did you used to race, and what's your view on racing, where it's currently at and what it needs?
Yeah, back when I started riding, I was definitely racing, that's for sure. We had a local track that was just down the street. Old school pro by the name of Travis Tourison used to live around the corner, and we had gate starts Thursday night and races here and there, but it's a good way to get into BMX and it's a good start, I think. So I think the way it is now, with it just gotten into the Olympics just this year, I think it's an amazing step for BMX racing, and I don't know, there's a lot more to come from both sides of it, the freestyle and the racing. So either way, it's a positive step forward, and I think it'll be, in a few years to come, it's going to be like seriously publicly recognised, so it's coming.
Righto, we've got Pipe Bag BMX 1, Corey. How hard is it for foreign riders like yourself to make it a living in this country? And I just fucked that up big time.
What is Seppa? Pull it together.
Alright, let's do this. How hard is it for foreign riders to make yourself a place in the BMX scene in America, get some sponsors, and have so many good riders stand in front of you? And at the same time, don't end up living on the streets?
I don't know, when I wanted to come to America and ride, it's the dollar was a lot worse off, you know, so it's real tough to especially come so far away from Oz. But I don't know, if you're motivated enough and dedicated enough, you can make it happen. There's a lot of good opportunities over here, just contests and sponsorships and whatnot. The idea is to just come over with a good attitude and just have a lot of fun with it, let you ride and speak for it, you know. So it's definitely possible in any case, just have a good attitude about it and give it a good go.
Right, our next question is from Jory. Hey Corey, what riders do you look up to when you first started riding BMX?
I was influenced a lot by the props video magazines back in the day, and guy that stood out to me was Brian Foster. You know, he was so well-rounded and did stuff with style and made it look really awesome. So he was definitely a number one rider of mine that I looked up to. Him and Joey Garcia, also like Nyquist. You know, he's so consistent and stuff. So I'd put those three guys, you know, as being true fucking athletes.
Influences.
Fuck, that's the word I was looking for. I couldn't pull it out.
Righto, Mr. Bohan, we got the next question up. He's a part-time model for Calvin Klein. His name's Robbo. What do you prefer, a 1982 XD Falcon with a polished bull bar or a 1987 VL Commodore with a wing?
Now, this is a tough question to be put on the spot with, that's for sure. It's pretty easy, though, to make a decision. As a young fella, once owned a XD Falcon myself. No polished bull bar, but that is quite the accessory to have. So yeah, it's too easy. XD Falcon with a polished bull bar, Robbo.
Good choice, Corey. Good choice.
Would you like to extend an invitation to any other agencies that want to sponsor you?
Look, I'm part-time model, like willing to go all the way. I'm more after Roxy, you know, the surfwear. I look good in a bikini. BMX death metal. Corey, when you first started riding, what was your style like?
I don't know. I like to. When I first started riding, I wasn't really into tricks and that. I was just like cool with the kick out and I don't know, going to contests and that, you really got to throw out tricks. I tried to mix a little bit of trying to make it look good and doing some tricks at the same time, and that's kind of how it's just come about these days, and pretty stoked with the way it gets scored, and like kids look up to it, and that's really cool. But just trying to do my own thing and just like do tricks and make it look good. So I don't know, a little bit of in between of a trick ferret and a trail kid. I don't know.
BMX member RV165. What new tricks are you working on right now, Corey?
I don't know, 2008 season just pretty much got wrapped up. So it's time for a bit of a holiday, I'd say. Latest trick I'm working on is surfing in the morning, eating lunch, and then riding BMX in the afternoon.
Only a surfer knows the feeling.
I don't know, maybe next year we'll get up there and get back into America, work on some new stuff for the 09 season, but as of now it's pretty much holiday mode and just kicking back. Friends and family.
Hey, Hicksy. Woo! Sick ass.
Righto, next question is from your teammate, Daniel Dehers. Corey, what do you think about BMX is hating on everyone these days? And I want to be like you when I grow up. What's your response to that one?
What?
The way it is these days in the BMX industry, there's a lot of shit talkers for sure. Just, I don't know, it sucks, but it comes and goes with everything, I guess. All sports have it, and I just try not to be a part of it. Just keep doing your own thing, and as long as you're happy and having fun with it, then that's all that counts. So let the people shit talk, and just, you can't get caught up in that. You can't take it personal. It's just how it is. So it's gonna be around forever.
Bitches.
And if you want to grow up and be like me, Daniel, it's a wise choice, man. But it starts right here.
He makes me look like a pussy.
Next question, Ryder Chisel. Hey Corey, what is your best memory of BMX and why?
I've got a lot, but the one that stands out right now is just like when I first got my license back in Oz, you know. You guys would all come around Saturday morning. We'd load up the XD Falcon. I had no bike rack and just no roof racks, 5-seater sedan. So we'd load up 5 guys and 5 bikes. The boot would be full. We'd have bikes on the roof just tied down, and we'd make our way out to these trails in Jindalee. And that was those were the good times, you know, just hitting the road and listening to a Walkman, CD Walkman that's plugged into the radio via cable. It was
Proper
awesome.
soundtrack, best of. Righto, next question's from Lauren. What has been the highlight of your BMX career? And what do you think has been your greatest achievement so far?
I'd say the biggest highlight would be actually making a living and being over here and having a great time with my mates and just being able to ride BMX full time. As far as an achievement would go, I'd say the Nora Cups for sure, just simply because it's the BMX industry that votes, fellow pros and whatnot, so it's pretty special to get a couple of them, so definitely Nora Cups for achievement.
Anthony Apollo this time. So Corey, I've noticed that when you ride, you go about 10 feet higher than all the other riders. Any reason for this? And do you think that has something to do with your past racing background?
Well, thanks Anthony, but I don't know, man. Racing might have a little bit of something to do with it, but I would definitely say it's because the breakfast I eat, Wheat Bix, mate. I know you can't get it over here, so it's a bit of disadvantage for yourself, but if you can get your hands on some, it's good stuff. And yeah, you get your boost on with that, mate.
Righto, the next question, I feel like this has just worked out a treat. It's from Hawaiian George. I've done this for you, mate. Hit me up on the space. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's get to your question. How the heck do you do 360 both ways? And how long did it take him to dial in the opposite direction?
Well, you know, riding Bean Lee, riding this concrete park, I actually learnt a lot of stuff the wrong way, and people were telling me, no, you got to spin the other way. I was like, all right. I was having trouble with it going the goofy foot way, and then all of a sudden, you know, it just clicked, like learning 3 turn downs and like just actual turn downs. It all just worked out randomly actually, so I don't know, I just went for it, didn't ask anybody which way I should be spinning and doing this and that. Got some advice and then it all worked out, so it's pretty random how it came about, that's for sure.
Righto, Cozza. Next question from Sledgehammer. What do you think of the young riders like Garrett Reynolds and Dennis Anderson?
They're unbelievable, that's for sure. I don't know Garrett too well, but everything I've seen of him just from riding and like videos online and everything like that. He's an incredible rider and he seems to have a great attitude, and that's what it's all about. Thank you! I spent a lot of time with Dennis, and that kid is just what everyone else should be looking up to right now. He's got it all together, you know. He's this kid that kills it on a bike, and when he's not on his bike, he's not this kook hanging out, talking about himself and that kind of thing. So those 2 guys are really good role models right now for the new generation, and they'll be here for a while, that's for sure.
Righto, Corey. Next question from BMX A27. Hey, I've noticed you got some awesome tattoos. I was wondering what inspired you to get them and what do they mean?
Thanks, man. I was never a kid that ever wanted tattoos, and then this guy right here pretty much dragged me into the tattoo scene because we got a friend back home that runs a shop, Mark. I had pieces on bits of paper that were like comic strips, and then all of a sudden one day I'm down there getting it done, put it on my arm. Everything on me is BMX related. I don't know, man. Here I am today with like 2 full sleeves pretty much. I never thought it would happen, but they mean something to me, and that's all that matters. And I don't know. It's like, don't go out and just get a tattoo just to get a tattoo, that's for sure. I waited like probably 3 years thinking about little bits and pieces, but it happened, and now no regrets for sure.
Is it true you're going to get tribal on your neck, Corey? Righto, mate. The Pawner is back. Are you pissed they dropped X Games Dirt?
For sure, man. X Games Dirt was there from the beginning, and it was pretty disappointing when they took it out. They didn't really have a legit reason. They were claiming like ratings and all this bullshit, but they would throw it on first day of the week, you know, shit time hour. So I don't know. It sucks for sure that it got taken out because a lot of kids loved that event, and it was a good one to be at, and we had a lot of fun doing those things. I look at it as ESPN lost a good event, and now they lost a lot of legitimate fans in BMX too that wanted to come and check that stuff out. So I don't know. It sucks for sure.
Don't worry, kids. We'll be back in 09 driving a rally car. Robbo and Corey Bohan straight to the top. Travis, watch out. Watch out, mate. G'day, guys. How you going? Righto, Corey. Next question. Bottle BMX member, Maddie. I was wondering if you're also held back by being goofy-footed at times, or are you blessed by being goofy-footed?
Alright. It's good and bad for sure. It has its advantages and disadvantages. I would say on dirt you have a lot of advantages, that's for sure. Just spinning with like 360 look backs and some other kind of variations as well. But on street, you know, I first ran pegs. I had them on my right side, and then trying to do stuff here and there wasn't working out. So I just went back to like running them regular on the left. But it's good and bad for sure. I don't know if you're a fellow goofy foot rider or not, but it's good and bad, man. It's not too bad at all, though.
Righto, Corey, we've got BMX Dave 72. What is your favourite Australian animal?
Yeah, it's a good one. There's so many native like animals back home that are just awesome. I'd say definitely kangaroo for sure, because it's known as quite the aggressive animal. They kick ass, man. They sit on their tail and they'll kick and they'll box. I've actually seen footage on YouTube of a kangaroo beating up people. It's pretty funny.
What's up, Skip? Hey, back off! Back off! Go away! Fucking kangaroos.
Righto, kids. Thanks for writing in. Hope you enjoyed it. We did. Have a good night, eh? Hooroo!
That's so fucked up looking.